I will.
There's this guy named.
You can sit down and you can read something, right? And like, I guess like most artsy things are up for interpretation. Often, like, it's unfortunately they're not like, oh, the dog is the villain. It's like maybe the dog, maybe it's the wind,
the dog did it.
Maybe the sun is the reason why everything goes on. But like people can sit down and everybody can watch the same movie, right? And there's being like a very glaring like this is the point of the movie, and people are like, I think this is the point. I don't see that.
Honestly, I think video essays made that much worse nowadays because me growing up,
I think content creators have made it worse, but
the content creators making the video essays.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's just growing up, I know all of us collectively did not hear that as much. You had to kind of go somewhere specific. You had to either take a philosophy class or have some sort of like critical thinking something to exercise your brain in that way at all, to like find the subtext and everything. And then it seems like people forgot that some things are just what they are. Like I was even thinking about that recently with Man of Steel, where there was a moment where I think people misinterpreted because a lot of times people try to shove Jesus in everything. And there was a point where like he was like in space and then he like flew out of that thing and he went backwards. He like Henry Cavill, he floated backwards like that. And people are like, oh, it's like a Jesus symbolism. And I was like, no, it's just, humans like say you have a long day, you hit the bed, you just like there's just relief, like you're letting go. Yeah. And people are like, no, it's Jesus because this. And I'm like, you understand what the crucifixion is, right? Like, how are you trying to jam that into that scene? But like, those people have to do stuff like that. And instead of just seeing what it actually is, where I'm like the idea of people like kind of floating, like letting go, like relieving yourself, like it's such a natural thing that people will do. And then they'll see past that to be like, this must mean something deeper.
It's been said since Superman's creation that Superman is a type of Christ figure. For example, his heavenly Kryptonian father sends his only son to Earth to save mankind. And Superman is 33 years old when he finally reveals his great powers to the world, the same age as Jesus when he went to the cross. Director Zack Snyder says the religious symbolism is a part of the Superman story that he wanted to embrace.
Allowing people to have a conversation about whatever relationship they have with Jesus or the Jesus story through the movie is, I think, undeniable in the material. And if you don't include it in the film, then you're really sort of denying the mythology that is Superman.
I get it. And I'm like, Superman is definitely a bit of a Jesus as allegory to a degree. There's some similarities in his character to Jesus Christ. There's
I mean,
undeniable.
You can do that with
undeniable, but I don't think it may not mean that religion doesn't have to be a part of everything. Just like skepticism doesn't have to be part of everything too, and stuff like that.
What is that?
I don't know where to start. Wherever you want.
I can't make that out. What is that?
Do you know why they want you? No.
Jesus! I can't hear you over your obvious symbolism! Jesus! I am Jesus! We got the point, okay? Go to the next scene! Go to the next scene! Jesus!
I think it's like nice to theorize. I think theorizing, like theory crafting, is awesome. It pisses me off when people are like, no, this is what it means. And I'm like, no. This is, let's talk about it.
Well, you can't know what it means is the issue. I saw like a big...
Exactly, that's what I mean.
I saw this big video, it's like, this like 4-hour video like explaining Twin Peaks, and this guy's like, this is exactly what this means. And I'm like, you can't possibly... There's no way... I don't even think David Lynch knows, quite frankly. So like, there's no shot
I think
that
he just
know.
wrote that shit. This is fucking sick.
I actually agree with that. Yeah. I think sometimes it's kind of obvious when someone's like, I don't know what this means. It's like a Seal when he wrote the Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah.
Like, it's either about cocaine and he swears it's not about drugs. Then I'm like, okay, then the only explanation is that you just wrote whatever. Yeah. Like, you just wrote stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've done that. I've actually done that many times.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, I just write lyrics and I'm like, okay, this, I even wrote
it's largely how writing works.
Yeah.
Is that you just write fucking whatever. Oh man, what do you think about that, Derrick? Hereditary fucking sucks. It thinks it's so fucking
D. Oh my
I
god.
hate that they think it's so fucking deep. It's not deep at all.
Oh my god. I just read something that made me so sad.
What's wrong?
They resurrected Gwen Stacy in the Spider-Man comics.
Whatever.
So
Did you touch?
I think I touched him,
toes
but
again?
I think he dissociated. Like it like he didn't even have a reaction. It was so disgusting. He was like, I want to pretend it didn't happen.
He just fist clenching.
Oh, it's surfacing. Just turning red and there's blood coming.
Turning red.
Crazy.
All of my red pigment just gets hyper fucking visual.
I want to meet somebody that homophobic. Like
Yeah.
that just
No,
like,
you don't.
Like a gay person just like accidentally like falls on them and then like and like their somehow goes inside them. Crazy scenario. They're showering in the gym. Like there's still those gym shower. There was a gym that I showered at one time. No, excuse me. I didn't shower at this gym because of the way it was. It was like prison locker. Like there was no things, and I was like, oh,
It's like a spa.
I must have said this on the podcast where I played Pop Warner. I was a kid, and it still bothers me where I was playing center, right? So I'm hiking the ball. And we were doing one of those, we were half dressed, so only had the shoulder pads on.
Yeah.
And so I just had the shorts on. The fucking guy, so the quarterback had his fucking hand, the back of his hand, touching my nuts. Like, because he has to put his hands under mine to grab the ball when I hike it. And like I was like trying to like move up a little bit, like, bro, like what are you doing?
He grabbed your nuts.
If he would have did that, that would have been a
back.
problem, and it would have sucked because that guy was like on Pop Warner. There were some people that are a couple years older,
Yeah.
and they were already kind of like maturing a little bit versus I was, I don't know, 11, 10, whatever. So he would have beat the shit out of me. Like it was basically one of those helpless situations where this guy,
his instinctual black homophobia would have came out. He would have said something really homophobic. He would have got beat up by somebody.
That's so damn funny.
that was fucking. I couldn't. It was my first moment of okay. Now in hindsight, when I think about it, I'm like, well, that guy was clearly gay. like what? Because what other reason would you? Wouldn't you? If you were the quarterback and you felt some dude's nuts, you'd be like, ew. You'd probably like, ew.
You would.
Oh, well, he's screaming.
Blue 18. Blue 18.
Yeah, I guess like a pervert, I should not, because like probably most gay people wouldn't do that either,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because it's
weird behavior.
Yeah.
Or he's just like so fucking locked in that he doesn't notice.
he didn't notice that. I hope that's what it was.
I am Jesus!